Tell me, was I too forward here? Messaging this guy on Hinge, and we were chatting for a few days, sort of flirty, casual, and then he asked me what's one of my biggest goals. And I told him that I want to retire in 10 years. That's a goal of mine. And so I asked him, what's one of your biggest goals? And he said that he wants to be a father and a husband. So me being silly responded with, we're the perfect match. You can be the stay-at-home dad and I'll be the one who brings in the money. Never got a response, and he unmatched for me like the next day. So, tell me, was I too forward?
Been the perfect reaction to you telling a man this? What would be the perfect reaction for a woman telling a man this? Because no man wants to hear this. No man wants to hear what she said. There is a very large majority of men out there that have no interest in staying home with kids, nor do they have interest in having a woman work, you know, and then that's kind of crazy to say in 2025, but a lot of guys don't want their wife or their girlfriend to work. They don't want them out working. They want them home. They want them with the kids. They want them to be a mother, a housewife, stuff like that. If this guy is telling you that his goal is to be a father and a husband, obviously he's not going to want you to work. This is something that a lot of women will not understand. They're so busy chasing their careers, which again, if women want to do this, if women want to chase their careers, that is absolutely fine. But there's going to be a lot of men that are not going to be okay with that. Okay, they see a woman that is knee deep in her job, knee deep in all these other responsibilities. She's not going to have time for him. Okay, she's not going to have time to spend with him the way that he wants. So he's going to, like he did, he's going to block you, he's going to ghost you, and he's going to find another woman. And you know, maybe women will realize this, maybe not. I'm not online dating, so it really doesn't matter. But what's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. We have a few clips we're going to be going over. So if you could hit the like button, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And hey, how's it going? My name's Rat Boy. Let's do it.
We're like, Tori, why are you single? I'll tell you why I'm single. Because I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm the only adult. I've done so much work on myself. And if I can do the work to regulate my nervous system, heal and deal with my emotional trauma, learn to communicate my needs and wants and desires, know how to take accountability and responsibility for my shit, if I can learn how to not shy away and be afraid and run when a hard conversation is needed to be had.
But men don't care about any of that stuff, though. You're naming off stuff that men really do not care one flying fuck about. I'm just keeping it honest with you. Men don't care about all the work you've done to yourself. That doesn't help him any. Okay, it's done. You know, telling a man all this stuff is he's just looking at you and he's thinking this woman is someone I need to avoid. This woman is someone that I definitely need to avoid. Okay, all this mumbo jumbo that they spit out on TikTok. It's a lot of pretty language for a lot of these women. They need the fancy language to make them feel like they're doing something. Men don't care. Men do not care. Men care about, well, what are you going to do for the man? Like, what are you going to do for this man? That is what they care about. The healing journeys and the working on yourself and the regulating your nervous. Men don't give a shit about any of that. That's normal human stuff. Okay, you've just described being a normal functioning untraumatized human being. Now, can you be a woman? Can you be a wife? Can you be a decent human being? Or are you going to sit in your front seat and spit out a bunch of mumbo jumbo all day? I can tell you why you're single. You're not single because you're ugly. You're not single because of anything other than this right here. This making these videos in the front seat of your Tesla. This is why you're single. Anyway, let's continue.
So can you. So can you. And I am not going to be the only responsible adult in a relationship with two people. Because if a man is being inconsistent, if he is being wishy-washy and unclear and making plans and then not sticking with them, if he says one thing and constantly does another, then I'm not dealing with a man. I'm dealing with an emotionally stunted, immature, wounded, unavailable, avoidant little boy.
You're dealing with so here in the space we call them chads. You know, it's these attractive men that they really don't have to do anything else other than, like, you know, brush their hair and work on their abs, you know, and be tall. And I mean, this is the responsibilities of a Chad. So yeah, he's not going to give a flying fuck about any of that other stuff. But it is very interesting how these women, they will say that they're not going to be dealing with these types of men But these are the only types of men you've been dealing with your whole life. Like, what's going to change? Okay, he is now officially your type. This is your type. This is the guy you're going to be going towards. This is the guy that you're comfortable interacting with. These, you call them little boys, but these are the men you're choosing. These are the men you're choosing to get involved with. So I'm not sure why these videos have to be made. Maybe you need to make better decisions. This all wraps around decisions. These are your decisions you're making. Okay, just like that gray headband, which, I mean, that's a decision. I'm not sure why, but it's a decision. You woke up, you chose to get that gray headband and put it on. And just like you're choosing these men, you're actively going out and choosing the men with the chiseled jaws and the workout pics on Tinder. This is what you're doing. So you can choose not to do that, but I think we all know that that's never going to happen.
And I want to be with a man. I don't want to be with a boy. So I am forever going to stay single until that is possible, because you need to be bringing the same energy and effort as I do. I don't work on myself to be the best version of myself, to settle for somebody who is not doing that work or bringing that to the table. So that's why.
Lady, the man you made this video for, he's not going to see it because he's already blocked you. He's already heard the mumbo jumbo. He's heard the words. He's heard the healing journeys and the self-reflections and the balancing your nervous system. He heard all this and he ran away. He's going to find someone younger and better and more attractive and just an all around, just more better person. Okay, that's what these men are going to be able to find. And probably younger. I mean, these men are going younger now. You know, you got these women in their 30s. They're getting the injections. You know, she has to wear the headband to kind of cover what's going on. Maybe her roots are showing. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's going on in this woman's life. I just know that these videos indicate one thing, and you can go back on the videos in my channel. It indicates that they're not getting what they want anymore. They're not able to get the men that they want anymore. These men are not putting any effort toward women like this. They're putting a little bit of effort toward women that are a lot younger than this. That's a fact. This next lady, we've seen her on this channel in the past. She has another interaction. And the thing is, fellas, these interactions, I mean, they're not real. You know, these made up scenarios that these women like to conjure in their heads. These things really do not happen. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this impossible story.
So I pissed a guy off the other day by being stuck up and not taking a compliment the way that he thought that I should. And I would love to hear if you think I was being stuck up. So I was out at a fast food restaurant and I was just waiting on my food. As I'm standing there, this guy is trying to make small talk with me. He calls me beautiful. I kind of like smiled and was like, oh, thank you. He says it again. I smile and like say thank you. This man said it 6 times over the course of the time I was waiting on my food. When the 3rd time happened, I was like, this is getting weird, bro. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, thank you.
Was this at like 4 a.m.? Was this at midnight? Was this guy drunk? Was this guy drinking the sauce? Come on, you can be honest. You can be honest. Wait, be honest. Oh, no, they can't be honest. You know, this story is completely made up. You know, a story is completely made up because the entire sort of weight of the story all balances on the fact that this man told her she was beautiful like 20 times. You know that, right? That's how you can tell the story is completely false. Oh, yeah, this crazy story happened to me today. This guy, he just kept calling me beautiful for like 9 hours. It was amazing and creepy.
Obviously, he wanted me to engage. I was not interested in engaging with him. So then when I got my food, he says, didn't you hear me call you beautiful like multiple times? I said, yeah, I did. Thank you. He says, that's it? Yeah. He said, you're so stuck up that that's all you think you have to say to me? Like, what else do I have to do to get your attention? Sir, I don't want to give you my attention. I said thank you twice. And then again when you asked me about it. So the people pleaser in me wanted to be like, no, I'm not stuck up. I'm so sorry you felt that way. But I stopped and I challenged that and was like, Becca, you don't have anything to feel sorry for. You didn't do anything wrong. You weren't rude to him. You said thank you, but he was making you uncomfortable by saying it over and over and over again. So instead, I just looked at him and said, I don't know you and I don't owe you anything but a thank you. So thank you. And if you're making assumptions about me without knowing me, that sounds like a you problem. And then I walked away. I don't know. Do you think that was stuck up? Like, what else do you want me to say? If I would have given any other conversation and not been interested, people would have said I was leading him on. I didn't want him to think I was interested. I wasn't. but I'm a very kind person, so I can assure you I was not giving any kind of vibe that was like rude by any means. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts on this. I'm pretty proud of myself at the end of the day, though.
Yeah. Of course, you're proud of yourself. You're very proud. You're a very proud person. You were raised proud and you'll end proud. But here's the thing. This story never happened. This story never happened because, well, let's break it down. She not only got complimented a bunch of times, but then by the end of it, she made herself the victim and she made herself the hero. So she was complimented, she was the victim, and she was also the hero, which means that, yeah, this story didn't take place. And if it did take place, then that guy was probably drunk. And let's just, for a second, let's just pretend that it happened, okay? Let's pretend this guy is trying to initiate a conversation with this woman. Why would you sit there and listen to this guy basically talk to himself towards you and not say something sooner? And this is why it doesn't make any sense. This is why stories like this, which I've heard a few like this, where the women say they've been approached, they don't want to be approached. The guy was, they don't say it in the story, but he was looking like he was about to get aggressive. The man's always right on the verge of like doing something unhinged. Yeah, it's never the case. It's never the case. I saw the video of the woman who got attacked by the dog, and she was yelling, saying the Doberman was biting her, but it wasn't a Doberman. It was like a Chihuahua. These women don't know what they're talking about. Okay, and the dog wasn't even biting her. This is unhinged delusion. And look, once women get this age, get up to whatever age this woman is, which she's older. Okay, she's on the older side. She's probably older than me, which is kind of crazy. They do start to do stuff like this for attention. Okay, not a lot of attention. She got 420 likes on this. There's not a whole lot of attention here. And let's see, let's read some of these comments. And look, this woman, like I said, we've had this woman on the channel in the past. She does this, okay? She does stuff like this. And these comments are, wow, yeah. This one woman says, why do you keep posting videos about your quote unquote beauty? Gets a little tiresome. Yeah. A lot of her content is just that. You got a bunch of men, they are simping. Why are you simping over her? Nobody knows. And then the women are they're agreeing, I guess. I don't know. This comment section is sad and depressing all at the same time. And there's been other videos, pretty much all of her videos revolve around her pretty or someone calling her beautiful. And they can see through the lies, man. You're not fooling anybody. And what's with this angle? Every one of her videos has this same angle where, like, I don't know, if the ratio of her face is just weird in that angle. It's just like a very weird situation there.
Men have to stop doing this, and I don't know why they think it's attractive, but like negging women, that thing that they do where they like insult you or like try to make you feel bad as a way to flirt with you. Like, it stopped being cute when we were 7 years old. I was just at the gym and the football game was on, so I was kind of like doing my sets and then watching the game, and this guy literally like comes up to me from kind of the other side of the gym and is like, are you done staring at me? And I was like, oh, what? And he's like, I saw you staring at me. And I was like, oh, I was watching the game. So if you were in the direction of the game, perhaps it appeared that I was staring at you. And he's like, you can just admit it. Like, it's fine if you think I'm attractive. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I'm actually trying to work out. I was just immediately irritated because, like, if you want to come up and say hi and like get my number, live your dream, do whatever you got to do.
Here's the truth. And the fact is, a lot of guys do this because it works. It works. This is their whole shtick. They walk up to the woman, they play their little they have their line, they say, hey, were you staring at me? Hey, you checking out my ass? Or whatever the situation is. And then they it works. It definitely works for these types of men. So I mean, you can tell them not to do it, but they're not going to stop because it keeps working. Maybe stop falling for it. Maybe talk to your ilk, talk to your kind, and tell them to, hey, quit hanging out with men that put you down. Quit hanging out with men that call you names, humiliate you in public. But, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon.
But to like come up to me and then try to gaslight me into thinking that I was looking at you when there's like a huge TV directly above your head. I was looking at the TV above you. So anyways, I was like, no, I was not staring at you, but I hope you have a good day. He was just like, what? Like, now you're shy? You don't want my number? And I literally was just like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. But like, he definitely thought he was like doing something, and I was like gonna swoon and be like, this is so hot. I just was like, you're an asshole and this is so weird. I don't know why guys think that negging is like a thing that works. It's very annoying, highly annoying.
It definitely works. It definitely works. It's a sliding scale. The more attractive this guy is, the more it'll work. Less attractive he is, the less it'll work. This guy just wasn't attractive enough for her, so she found it annoying and she hated it and she just wanted him to leave and she had a boyfriend all of a sudden. If this guy was attractive to her, yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. They'd be dating. She would have went over to his house that night. They would have watched a movie or something. This is common. This is common stuff. The reason men do it is because it works. And I will always be entertained by the fact that these women get online and tell men that they are telling men how to get women. And it's funny that every single thing that I wouldn't go as far as to say that every single thing these women say are wrong, but a lot of the times I listen to some of this dating advice and or relationship advice or whatever they're calling it. And it is some of the worst advice you will ever hear. Some of the worst advice. Now, me personally, I wouldn't recommend walking up to someone in the gym and doing all that. I don't like that. Don't be bothering people in the gym. That's just my personal rule, but that's just my personal opinion. I think the gym, especially for me, it is a place where I actually don't even want to talk to anybody. I want to be in my own area. I want to be in the zone. I usually put on some music and I'm just like, I'm in the zone. I'm completely in the zone. So men doing this, it definitely is weird. However, the men would stop doing this if it would stop working. That's kind of the bigger issue. I think a lot of women will sit on TikTok, they'll record themselves saying, oh, men don't do this and men shouldn't do that. And okay, if it didn't work, then these men wouldn't even do it. And average men aren't doing stuff like this. Average men aren't going to be the ones who are going to approach a woman in a gym for the most part. If you're just an average dude, you're not going to be walking up to some random woman in the gym. You're going to mind your business because you know that any sort of interaction like that it could be bad. It could definitely be bad. But let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.